Hello everyone, here I will review the speaking for debate material that I have learned. A debate can be defined as a generally formal and often public discussion of a topic, during which persuasive arguments from differing sets of an issues are presented. Debate is a process that involves formal discourse on a particular topic, often including a moderator and audience. The purpose of debate is for students to generate effective critical thinking into primary issues in the given topic. Academic debate is conducted on propositions in which the, the advocate have an academic interest, and the debate is presented before a teacher, judge, or audience without direct power to render a decision. The audience does form opinions about the subject matter of the debate, but the direct impact of the audience decision is personal, and the decision made by the judge is limited to identification of the winner. In fact, the judge may be advised to disregard the merit of the proposition and render her win or loss decision only on the merit of support as presented in the debate itself. On the recruitment of any academic debate, teams agree to disagree about a specific topic. We should remember that the debate is just a contest in which the team could have been assigned the other side of the issues. It would be appropriate that the participants shake hands at the end in order to indicating that the debate was just a middle point assessment of your progress, not a demonstration of personal convictions. Successful debate should take account of the following prerequisites. The effective format should promote the orderly development of arguments. Positive construction. At the beginning, the position of each team should be outlined. Controversial terms should be clarified. Principal statements should be expressed, and positions should be explained based on quote evidence. Refutation. On your opponent's argument are heard, you have a responsibility to provide a reaction. Refutation, the act of evaluating the reasoning, the support, or the implication of an adversary's arguments, should occur as early in the debate as possible. Rebuttal. The act defending the argument after it has been refuted is called rebuttal. Normally, this defense of the argument against attack happens in the closing piece, often in the order to encourage final speech to focus just on rebuttal. The team is forbidden to introduce new argument in the closing speech. Questioning. This is the best way for you to clarify information, to expose flaws, and to lay the groundwork for the argument to the ask a question directly of the other team. By either allowing a specific time for questioning or by allowing questions that interrupt an opponent's speech time. You can add the excitement of direct interaction to your debate. Proposition. The team in a debate must have a specific topic to argue. This topic is worded in the form a proposition, a statement to be proved. The proposition should be very clear so that both sides know what they are to argue. Propositions allow debaters to research and think about their argument in order to have well-informed debate. Debate proposition can be roughly grouped into three general types. First is the burden. A burden is a responsibility that each debater is given audience, and judges evaluate debaters based on how well they fulfill their burdens. Failure to meet the expectation of the burden can result in losing the debate. Debaters share three types of burden. The burden of proof. The saying debaters use for this burden is those who assert must prove. Whoever wants to make a point must provide reason and prove that their point is right. Point or assertions are significant, outstanding, or effective idea, argument, or suggestion that make mark up the case. Since most debaters are no expert about the topic they are discussing, that must use source of evidence that provide valid reason to prove the position they are asserting. When a debater asserts a point without provide evidence, the burden of refutation. Refutation is the process of attacking and defending argument. For this type of burden, you could say silence is admission. That's, this means that if you present an argument in a debate and the other team does not address, you win that point automatically. Since by its silence, the other side has admitted that you are right. The burden of rebuttal. The saying for this burden is answer the answer. A good debate is like a good table tennis match. When one team hits the ball, the other team returns it. The other team refutes what you say. To refute means to prove something the other side is wrong. You then have the burden in refuting. You have to prove that the other team's argument or response is weak and your argument is strong. Part of debate. Introduction. Introduction in a debate speech is to do several things. Grab the attention of the audience, introduce the topic, provide a thesis statement, and preview some of the main argument. Statement of fact. Statement of fact, positive or descriptive statement, based upon recent empirical observation and which are examined via the empirical method. Confirmation or proof. Confirmation or proof is a sentence that supports a statement of fact. Refutation or rebuttal. Refutation is the effort to demonstrate error or inadequacy of the opponent's case. It is a necessary component for any team to be able to win the debate, regardless of the side they are debating. To refute an argument means to deliver a persuasive and effective justification for why the argument is wrong, either in broader scope of the word or simply for the particular debate. Rebuttal is the part where you explain what is flawed about the other side's argument. Some easy and persuasive speech also have rebuttal sections, in which you anticipate and refute possible argument against your thesis. Either way, the key to a good rebuttal is proving that the opening argument is irrelevant or contain logical fallacies. Conclusion. In conclusion, the essence of ending a debate in a good way is to conclude your whole argument that drive the mind of the audience to your previous point mentioned. Also, the example on how to end the debate are only to serve as quiz. You can easily follow them as quiz to drafting your own. Every argument has four essential elements. Number one, a thesis statement, a claim, a proposition to be supported, which deal with a matter of probability, not a fact or a matter of opinion. Second, an audience to be confident of the thesis statement. Third, exigence, the need to make an argument at certain time in a circumstance or for a purpose. For current reason, or they are sometimes formally called premises that support the thesis. A thesis statement. The most important idea is that every argument must have a single operating thesis which can be qualified, elaborate, complicated, or hedged, but must always be able to answer the question, what is my point? And must be discoverable. Audience. To be persuasive, an argument need a human audience. How you argue, whether coolly or passionately, tentatively or with strong conviction, epically or in great detail, depends on the audience. As a result, the support structure and execution of your argument must differ significantly for each audience. Execution. A real argument must have a place and time, such as a town meeting, a push in the right circumstance, and a purpose for making claims and supporting them. The term exigence refers to the sum of all of the elements. A written argument frequently needs to create its own demand in order to make up for the audience's often inherent disconnect. Support, also known as premise, the reason that the audience agree with the thesis statement are called support. The thesis should be supported by the list on justification or because statement. You can introduce more supporting statement for the thesis or support the supporting statement themselves to make longer arguments. But at least one premise, a statement that convinces the audience to adhere to the thesis is required. Maybe that's what Maybe that's what I can say. If there is something missing, I apologize profusely. Thank you.